Hello, you guys. It's your girl, One of a Kind. I hope and pray that all is well. We are starting 2 new series. Over the last couple weeks, we've been able to kind of get out and do some community service events and do some recruiting for new girls for One of a Kind Girls Inc. And one of the questions we've been asked is, what is it that makes One of a Kind Girls Inc. different? So that is one of the series that we are starting. What is it that makes One of a Kind Girls Inc. different? I say it like this. When you think about donating to, say, for instance, a cancer organization, you got your bigger organizations and you have your smaller ones. So typically when you donate to a bigger organization, they take those funds and use them towards research or cure, for example, for cancer. But when you go with and donate to some of your smaller organizations, they deal with the immediate needs of the patients. I can remember years ago when I was modeling that I would actually do, I would volunteer and do community service as a model for organizations that actually raise funds for the immediate needs of cancer patients. If you have been impacted by a family or a loved one that has faced the awful disease of cancer, you know that there are immediate needs from transportation, financial, food, whatever it is, getting the kids to school. There are so many immediate needs. So that's one of the biggest differences I can say. As a smaller organization, One of a Kind Girls Inc. has tried their best over the last 20 years to address the immediate needs of the girls and the families that we get to serve. Just last week, y'all, we were faced with an emergency situation. I want to take this time right now to shout out to my daughter, beautiful daughter, Jai Anderson, who is a licensed cosmetologist. Y'all, she has partnered with me even before she got her license to actually sponsor back to school hairdos. If you know anything about back to school hairdos as far as braids and extensions, y'all, these, by the time you factor in the product, the hair, and the time, sometimes this can take 7 to 8 to 10 hours to do these hairdos. We have sponsored these back to school hairdos to make sure that every child, every girl goes back to school feeling good about themselves. When you look good, you feel good, and we know that you perform well as well. So last week we were faced with an emergency situation. We had already kind of outreached to some of our previous families, and Jai had already committed to 4 girls' hairdos. So we were faced with an emergency situation where 2 girls that we had formerly helped was unable, the parent, for whatever reason, was unable to get those final 2 girls' hairdos completed. So the grandmother outreached to us, and y'all, it just breaks my heart. It's personal to me because I dealt with issues with my hair growing, hair being pulled out, and I know the impact of going back to school. We all can attest to having your clothes laid out, having your backpack, your shoes lined up. And we know going back to school, you got to have a good hairdo as well. So, y'all, many of you don't know that I used to braid hair. I learned how to braid hair when I was little because not only did I save money, but I also found opportunities to seek out or be a resource to other families and other little girls, whether their hair came out, trying to get their hair growing, or just back to school hairdos or special occasions. Because not only do we do back to school hairdos, but we do prom and other special occasions as well. They brought your girl out of retirement, y'all. And when I tell you it's such a great feeling, I literally the entire day was braiding hair. Oh my gosh, y'all, but it's nothing better when you think about the obedience and the sacrifice. That is nothing better to get that picture the next day of those beautiful girls smiling, confident, feeling good, embracing their first day, first week of school. It's your girl, One of a Kind, with a new series entitled, What is it that make One of a Kind Girls Inc. different? Y'all, we try to address, not only pray about situations, but we try to become a part of the solution. It's your girl, One of a Kind, with what is it that makes One of a Kind Girls Inc. different? Y'all be blessed.